I cannot believe summer's almost over and we haven't finished our summer TBR. I still have 3 or 4 books left that I would like to get through. I've seen for a lot of people, they consider fall/Halloween starting right after July 4th. I can't do it. I need my summer to be as long as possible, especially up here in New England because we get so little of it as it is that I want to take advantage of every second of sun that we get up here. I'm going to go get the 3 or 4 books that I want to still read for this summer and show you what we got. These are the 4 books that I would still love to read this summer. The first one is A Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I've heard very mixed reviews on this. My first Ali Hazelwood book was Deep End, and I did not love it. I do have this and a couple other Ali Hazelwood books that I would like to give a try before I make my final decision on whether this author's for me, but I don't know. The people that have had good reviews of this, honestly, are people that I tend to enjoy the same reading style as, so maybe this will be for me. Maya Kilgore is 23 and still in the process of figuring out her life. Connor Harkness is 38 and Maya cannot stop thinking about him. Okay, so it is an age cap. Oh God. It says, it's such a cliche, it almost makes her heart implode. Older man, younger woman, successful biotech guy, struggling grad student. Brother's best friend and the girl he never even knew existed. As Connor loves to remind her, the power dynamic is too imbalanced. Any relationship between them would be problematic in too many ways to count, and Maya should just get over him. After all, he has made it clear that he wants her gone from his life. But not everything is as it seems, and cliches sometimes become plot twists. When Maya's brother decides to get married, she and Connor end up stuck together in a romantic Sicilian villa for over a week. They're on the beautiful Ionian coast, does that sound right? Between ancient ruins, delicious foods, and natural caves. Maya realizes that Connor might be hiding something from her. And as the destination wedding begins to erupt out of control, she decides that the summer fling might be just what she needs, even if it's a problematic one. I don't know. This can go honestly either way. The fact that it says that she thinks it's a cliche, the older man, younger woman thing, like sometimes that can go so wrong in a book. But I think it has the possibility of being good. So that's the first book on my radar. The second one is Beach Read by Emily Henry. The only Emily Henry book I've read is whatever her most recent one was. I'll put it like right there. But whatever that one is the one I just read, and I did enjoy it. So I would like to read more Emily Henry. And I actually have no idea what half of these books are about. They just like, the covers get me every time. Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off... When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. One hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult. Everyone will finish a book and no one will fall in love. Really. This sounds good, honestly. This sounds super cute. And I have Summer in the City by Alex Aster. And this is the same author that wrote the Lightlark Saga, I believe is what you call it. Me and Lightlark, we have a love-hate relationship. Things I like about it, there's things I don't. But at the end of the day, am I addicted to it? Yes. Will I keep reading it? Absolutely, because it's a good time. So I'm excited to see. I think this is her first contemporary romance. And I got an ARC copy of it, and I just didn't have time to pick it up yet. It's pretty short. It's going to be a really quick read, but I can honestly say I know I'm going to read this one. I keep saying that about all of them. From lovers to enemies to lovers again. One summer, one wall apart. Summers always end, and so will this agreement. It's all pretend. Promise. 27-year-old screenwriter Elle has the chance of a lifetime to write a big budget movie set in New York City. The only problem, she had writer's block for months and her screenplay is due at the end of summer. Ooh, so this is book 2 that has an author with writer's block. It's going to be a theme. In a desperate attempt at inspiration, Elle ends up back in the city she swore she would never return to. In an apartment she could never afford, floor-to-ceiling windows, skyline views, and a new coffee shop to haunt included. It's the perfect place to write her screenplay until she realizes her new neighbor is tech billionaire bachelor Parker Warren. Her stairwell hookup from 2 years ago. It's been a lovers to enemies situation since. I think that's going to be great. That is book 3. And then I have my book of the month choice for this month. This is The Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean, I think. And this sounded interesting. It said Alice Storm hasn't been welcome at her family's magnificent private island off the Rhode Island coast in 5 years. Not since she was cast out and built her life beyond the Storm name, influence, and untold billions. But the shocking death of her larger-than-life father changes everything. Alice plans to keep her head down, pay her final respects, such as they are, and leave the minute the funeral's over. Unfortunately, her father had other plans. The eccentric, manipulative patriarch left his family a final challenge, an inheritance game designed to upend their world. The rules are clear. Spend 1 week on the island, complete their assigned tasks, and receive the inheritance. But a whole week on Storm Island is no easy task for Alice. Every corner of the sprawling old house is bursting with chaos. Her older sister's secret love affair, her brother's unyielding arrogance, her younger sister's constant analysis of the vibes, her mother's cold judgment, and all under the stern, watchful gaze of Jack Dean, her father's intriguing and too handsome second in command. It will be a miracle if Alice manages to escape unscathed. A smart and tender story about the transformative power of grief, love, and family. This luscious novel explores past secrets, present truths, and futures forged in the wake of wild summer storms. Another one that it really intrigues me because this is very different than what I would normally read. And that's probably my favorite thing about Book of the Month is the picks that I normally get expose me to new things. So those are my 4 books. I don't know if we'll get through all 4. Maybe we will, but I would like to at least get through 3 of them. I think my first book that I'm going to go with is going to be Alex Aster's Summer in the City. This is a crazy couple days for me. And I think because it is just under 300 pages, I think it's not going to have too much pressure on it for me to pick up and get through. Sometimes I feel intimidated by bigger books, especially when I'm extremely busy during the week. So we're going to start with Summer in the City. I did not have as much time as I thought I was going to read yesterday. I made a little bit of a decent headway into the book. I'm on page 64. I will say, I think I like her fantasy better than her contemporary romance. It's not bad. It is not bad by any means. It's just okay. It is a book that I don't think is going to really stick with me beyond reading it. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I think it's cute. We have our FMC. She meets this guy at a bar. He basically propositions her and says, I want to take you home tonight. What do you want in return? And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, you want a plane ride? Do you want to go out to dinner? Go to a nice restaurant? Here's what I want. What do I got to give to you? She is so offended. She walks out and she's like, basically, screw you. Don't assume to know who I am. So she leaves. And for some reason, that moment sticks with her and motivates her to prove herself in her field that she's just entering, which she is a screenwriter. And she becomes very successful. I don't remember how many years later, but she has writer's block and she's staying in New York City. She has till the end of the summer to write this new screenplay. And her neighbor just so happens to be the same guy that propositioned her years earlier. He asks her to date him for the summer. He needs someone who's gonna not talk to the press because he's a billionaire. And she needs some motivation to write for this screenplay. So that's where I'm at. That's kind of the premise of the beginning of the book. That's kind of all I got so far. I'm not feeling any connection to either character. It's not a bad time. I'm having a good time. It's just not like a great time where I can't put the book down. I don't mind putting this down and picking it up when I'm in the mood to read something. So I have a couple things I have to do today that should give me a little bit more time to read. It's honestly, it's less than 300 pages, so should be able to make a big dent in this today. We'll see if I feel like picking it up. I will bring you back with an update. I did it. I finished Summer in the City by Alex Aster. I am happy to say I was wrong about this book. I'm glad I continued reading it because from maybe like right after the first 80 to 100 pages, I fell in love with it. I loved the rest of this book. I finally felt connected to our main characters. Even though the female main character annoyed the crap out of me with some of her viewpoints, the male main character was so sweet and understanding, and I loved it. I'm glad I pushed through. This is why sometimes it's hard for me to DNF a book, because if I wouldn't have pushed through this and I would have DNF'd it, I would have never realized how much I enjoyed it. Would I recommend it? Yes, if you want just like a silly, fun romance read. It was super short, super quick, and as long as you push that through that like first beginning part, you're gonna have a good time. My hair is just a complete mess today. Now, for our next read, it is completely crappy outside. It's been raining all day. I was hoping we would get some sun and outside time tomorrow or the next day. I'm hoping to go to the beach, so I guess we shall see. But I think I will start our next summary book, and that's going to be Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I just feel like if I do get to make it to the beach or maybe get some sun, this is kind of going to be the vibes that I want. I was going to do beach read, but I don't know if that's the vibes I'm looking for when I'm on the beach. This just looks like a beach type of book. So this is going to be our next book. I will bring you back when I get a little bit of the way through it and let you know what I think. I was supposed to bring you back to tell you about this book when I got like maybe 50 to 100 pages in, and I accidentally binged most of it at the beach. I'm now on page 322, and I would say Deep End was just a book that wasn't for me. This one is just super cute. It's nothing crazy special, but it is a good summer romance to read if you're looking for something that's like easy to read. It's not crazy spicy. The age gap isn't creepy. It's actually funny when the age gap is about a guy that's like just a couple years older than me. Because she's referring to him as like an old man and stuff. And it's just kind of comical because that would make me like an old lady. Anyways, yeah, that's really the update I've got. I've been having a good time with the summer romances and just relaxing. These are great, relaxing, mindless reads. So I'll probably finish this today and start, I think it was These Summer Storms next. And I think that one actually will probably take me a bit longer to read. yeah, I meant to bring you back to update you, but I just binged this instead. And sometimes when the mood strikes, you just gotta go. So I'll bring you back at the end to let you know my full thoughts on it. But so far, Allie Hazelwood might be for me. I finally finished Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood. And I don't have too much more to say than the last time. It was cute. I thought the ending dragged on just a little bit, but wouldn't change my enjoyment of it. I liked that it wasn't completely filled with spice. I think it kind of gets repetitive when books do that. It was cute. It was perfect for summer. It's exactly what I went into it expecting. And now I know I like Allie Hazelwood's books, just not deep end. The next book, we are going to do These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean. And I'm really excited for this one. This is the one that is about Alice and her father passes away and they had a falling out, her and her family, I guess, years ago. So they all go to this private island, and in order to get their inheritance, they must do everything her father left for them to do. And I think they're going to be different things. And I think it's just going to be, I'm hoping it's going to have, or I'm assuming it's going to have like a really nice message, or something horrible is going to happen that I don't expect. Either way, should be a good book. I finally started reading These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean, and we are about 40 pages in. I just finished chapter 3. So far, we are following Alice, who is our FMC. She was riding on a train and she met this guy. She's going home because her father's passed away. She ends up staying with this guy at the hotel with some situations that had happened. She ended up there with him, and now she's just made it home, and her family is extremely like distant. They're snarky. They're making kind of like snap rude comments at her, but she's letting us know that you can kind of see that undertone of grief in her family because the father has passed. The patriarch's gone. And he didn't pass away because of him being sick or something they knew that was going to happen. It was like very surprising. I think he was gliding or something. Or I don't know. He was on a glider or some type of technology that he was trying out, and that's how he passed. So that's kind of where we are. I think it's interesting so far. I'm enjoying it. I have a feeling this guy that she met is going to be somehow involved with the family, because how can it not be, right? Yeah, other than that, that's where we are. I'm enjoying it, and I will bring you back with another update. I completely binged this book. When I tell you I went to bed last night and I couldn't put it down, like literally was up all night reading this book. This gave me 5-star feelings right away. What a perfect summer family drama. I was feeling a lot of emotions in this book. I also feel like I'm kind of at the age where I can relate to what some of the characters in this book are feeling. So yeah, they had me going through it a little bit. I thought I knew exactly what the ending of this book was going to be. And I'm glad to say that I was wrong. I got like a little part of it right. And when I saw that there was still like 30 to 50 pages left after that part of the book happened, I knew it was going to be good. Highly recommend this book. I loved getting to know the siblings. I loved the private island. Like, I think I could be completely happy living off the grid, kind of on a private island. I guess it's not really off the grid, but to me, it's off the grid. And there was actually more romance in this book than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more of a literary fiction. And I guess maybe it is a literary fiction, but it still had enough romance to give me what like I love in these type of books. I really loved the sibling rivalry. I loved the absolute ridiculousness that they put each other through. It reminds me of what it is to be a family. The morals of the story were fantastic. Absolutely loved it. If you read one book out of all the ones that I've read in this vlog, this is it. I'm so happy I saved this for last. I think this is a perfect spot to end our reading vlog. I've successfully finished just about all of my summer books. I don't think I'm going to get to beach read. After reading 3 summer books, I'm just not in the mood to read anymore. I'm good. I've got my fill. So let me know if you guys have read any of these and what your thoughts are. And if there's any books that you know of that are like These Summer Storms by Sarah MacLean, please let me know because that was fantastic. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.